Hello everyone, welcome to this week's learning module. This week we will be looking at New Mexico Courts Case Lookup. Some of you might have used this website recently or in the past. If you have, this is just an overview of this useful tool. So in the law office, something like this can be used to check on cases. It can be used especially when you have a potential client calling the office. You might be doing a client intake sheet and they give you the case number or some case information, and you can look up their case and you can tell them, oh, I see you have a court date in a couple weeks. And, that's kind of impressive when, the law office you're talking to already knows a little about your case. So it's very useful. So I'm going to show you how to use it. You will have an assignment that's associated with this video. So when you get the assignment, there's a link there that will take you to this page. You're going to click I accept. This is just saying that, not everything on here is 100% accurate. Of course, using the Odyssey and all of that, Pacer, whichever e-filing you're using, that's of course the most accurate, but this will allow you to get some information. So you'll click You're Not a Robot, and it will take you to the case lookup. So this is what the page looks like. Down here you can search by name, case number, or a DWI search. The DWI search does not always work, and I always tell students try and avoid using that if you can. It doesn't always work. Name search, unless you have their exact name, you probably are better off using the case number search. And I'll give you an example. There are a lot of common names, right? So is Sanchez, right? John Sanchez is a common name. If we search for that name, you will see there are 6 pages of John Sanchez. Okay, so it doesn't always work this way. So this is for the entire state of New Mexico. So another thing I want to mention is there's a date of birth on there. So even if you have John Sanchez with a date of birth, if you enter the date of birth and the court didn't enter it, it's useless because it's not going to find it. So for example, probably in the first page, there's a date of birth there. So as you see, not every entry has a date of birth. So if you use that date of birth at the beginning, it's not going to help you. Driver's license number never shows up either. So of course you can search by name, but if you want the most accurate information and you don't want to get these two, cases mixed up, if there's a John Sanchez with 2 criminal cases and you're not sure which one it is, it's easier just to search with the case number. Okay. So if you click on case number, it will take you to this short little entry here. Okay, so one thing I'll mention, if you forget what goes where, there is some information here that gives you instructions. So if you click on that, it will tell you what goes in each box. Okay, so field 1 is the type of court. So Supreme Court, Court of Appeals, District Courts, Magistrate, Municipal, and Metro Court. Okay, so depending on what court you're searching in, you'll put a D. If you're going to look in District Courts, you'll put a T. If you're going to look in Metro Court, those are the only 2 courts that we're using for the purpose of this assignment in this video, so a D and a T. The second field has the court location, so each court has a different number assigned to it. So, for example, Metro Court has a 4. Okay, so Metro Court equals 4. And District Court, 2nd Judicial District Court, equals 202. So those are the 2 that we're going to be using. So for example, if we were looking for Metro Court, we put a T in field 1, and then we would put a 4 in field 2. Field 3 is the case category, so it only gives you a few examples here. So I'm going to give you a few more that you'll need to know. So CR is for criminal, and TR is for traffic, and CV is for civil. Those are the ones that they do give you, but you will need to know DW is for DWI, and also DM is for domestic relation matters. So those you will need to know as well. Okay, so depending on the type of case, you'll just enter that CR, the TR, And then field 4, you enter the case number. So I'm going to show you how to do that on the page. This is a little confusing here, but in field 4, you're going to enter the case number, which is the year and then the case number. Okay, so like I said, this is information in case you need to refer back to it. Okay, so we'll go to case number, and we're going to look first for, and if you look down here, there's an example. So this is district court. This is not our district. This 424 number is not ours, but this is a perfect example for a district court case. So it would be D202 for 2nd Judicial District. This is a criminal case, and then there's the case number. You can see these first 4 there are the years, so 2006 is the year, and then this is the case number. Here's an example for Metro Court, what it would look like. The T would go here, the 4 would go here, and then it's a traffic case, so TR, and then the case number. So this is a 2014 case, and you would type that in here. So these are just examples so that you remember what you're looking for. So first we'll look in Metro Court. So we'll go ahead and type in the first box, a T, and then a 4, and we're going to look for, let's look for a traffic case. So we'll type in here TR. Okay, so in this box, I am going to give you on the assignment, I'll tell you you're looking for a case from 2020, so you'll type in 2020, okay? And let's say you're looking for a case 5225, okay? If you enter that, nothing's going to happen, okay? So there are zeros that go between the year and the case number. So write this down. For Metro Court, you should have 10 digits total in the case number, okay? For District Court, you should have 9 digits total. So what happens if you're looking for a case in Metro Court and you only have 9 digits, it's going to say no criteria found or no cases found. And sometimes a lot of people just think, oh, there's no case number with that. But sometimes when you do get that, it's because you're missing a 0, okay? And same goes for District Court. If you have 10 numbers, it's going to say we can't find it when you need 9. So the best way to do it from the assignment is I give you the year and then I give you the case number. So you need, based on what court this case is in, you need to add the zeros in between, okay? So there's 2020 and then 5225, okay? So we have 8 numbers. This is a Metro Court case. So we need to add 2 more. So we add 2 zeros between the year and the case number, and that will give us 10 digits, and it should let us search. So when you do that, it shows you the case. So up here, it'll tell you the name of the case. I'll give you the case number. So when I ask you what's the full case number, this is what you will put in. It gives you the current judge, when the case was filed. Here's the defendant, the officer. Usually with these traffic cases, there aren't DAs assigned. It's usually the officer. So when you're dealing with, like here it shows the class is petty misdemeanor. When you're dealing with cases like that, it's usually directly with the officer. They're the one prosecuting the case. So you do a lot of work with them, so there's not a DA for these kinds of cases. So it shows you here the statute. It gives you the charge. Like I mentioned, the class. And it tells you how the case worked out if it's already been closed. Here it'll be hearings for the case. It tells you every time there's a court hearing. Okay, so if you scroll down to the bottom, it tells you when the citation was actually filed and everything that's happened within the case. These cases are pretty short since they are just traffic cases. So that's how you would look for a case in Metro Court. So for District Court, we are going to change this, okay? So we're going to use a D for District Court. We're going to change this to 202 because this is for 2nd Judicial District. We're going to change this to a CR for a criminal case. And we are going to look for a case from 2020. And the case number is 1660. Okay, so we'll go back again, and we need 9 digits since this is district court. So we have 8. We just need to add a 0 between the year and the case number. And this will let us find the case. So district court cases are a little bit longer. They have a lot more going on in them. The Metro Court cases are pretty short, but these can last for years. So it has the same information, case number, current judge. It'll tell you who the attorneys are, what the charge is. Okay, they have a jury trial set for February 22nd, 2021. Here's everything that's happened in the case so far. Okay, so it gives you a little bit of information. You can't see these documents when you are using the e-filing like Odyssey or Pacer. You're able to actually look at the document. You can click on it and see it, and we'll talk more about that later. But for this website, you can only see what information they've given you. Okay, so there's an order. You can't see the order, but it'll tell you what the order entails. Okay, so that is how you search for a case. It gives you the courtroom that it's in. Sometimes the judges' names are different. Down here, the initial assignment. Sometimes it's different than the current judge. Sometimes the arraigning judge is different. For example, arraignment was Christina Jaramillo, but the actual judge is Brett Lovelace. So it just, depends. So make sure you're looking at the current judge for that information. Okay, so that's how you search for cases on New Mexico Court Case Lookup. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and have a great week.